Am I the asshole? For snapping at my nephew because he ate my daughter's food. So, my daughter is a very picky eater, not in the sense that she will pout and whine if she doesn't like what's on her plate, but more like she actually throw up and have something resembling a mini panic attack. Because of that, whenever we have our weekly dinners with my husband's side of the family, my meal will make a separate dish for my daughter that she knows she will like. My daughter hates most spices, so most of the time no one else like her food, so there's no need to make it a dish for everyone. 2 days ago we had our dinner and we were running a little late because it has been a bad day for my daughter and we were both irritated at that point. When we got there, I saw my nephew eating my daughter food. I knew it was hers since she was having a completely different dish than everyone else, and my meal had told me what it was, and sent me a picture to show my daughter since it was a new recipe she was trying. My daughter also saw it and started eyeballing. It was a very hard day for her already, and I guess this was what finally broke her. Everyone came running into the kitchen to see what was happening, and when Musil saw what her son was doing, she immediately scolded him, but the damage was done. I gave my daughter to my husband and asked to wait for me in the car. Once they left, I snapped at my nephew that just because his parents never taught him to shut his mouth for a little while doesn't mean he can just eat whatever he wants. He knew it was my daughter food, he knew how she is about food, and he still chose to eat it. I gave Musil a hard look and left. Everyone had been bombing the family group chat, fighting over who is on the wrong. Edit: I see it coming up a lot. By Musil scolding my nephew, I meant that she pointed at my daughter's food, told him not to that next time since it's his cousin food, and lightly slapped his wrist like he's a 5 years old. Also, my daughter's food was on the other end of the counter, so no one will get confused. Am I the asshole? I'm torn because you shouldn't have snapped at him. His mother can deal with him, but also, he's 15, not 7, and as you said, he knows what your daughter's like. Definitely get your daughter checked, please. This so concerning. ESH. Info: she had already scolded him, so what did you hope to accomplish by giving her a hard look? You're the asshole. Your sister-in-law didn't owe you a performance of her punishing her son. She may not have had a big reaction in front of the whole family and could have already been prepared to dish out additional punishment once home. But you should get your daughter checked out. You're the asshole. Your own kid screams and cries when she sees something disruptive, possibly because you are anxious and she feels things are now out of control. Does Sil say, "Aren't you rude not eating and screeching? Guess your mom didn't do a good job"? No. Because that's horribly judgmental and shows no understanding that you know your kid, her needs, her coping mechanisms, how far she can be pushed, and how to manage her behavior. Sil dealt with her kid as she sees fit, as you do with your child. Show her the respect she gives you. You're the asshole. It's up to the Sil to determine what is fit. You were not there, so you have no clue what happened prior. Mil cooked it, so it's on her to say something. I'm surprised no one has brought up the fact that the teenager may not be fed enough at home and may be food insecure. The teenager clearly is not getting enough food by this behavior and needs more food. He was probably starving because the portion he was given clearly wasn't enough. Kids that age eat an exorbitant amount of food to function. That's on the Sil for not feeding him enough. Your daughter isn't a picky eater, something is medically wrong. Sent your husband to the car with your daughter to wait for you while you got your licks in. My guess is you've been wanting to take a go at the nephew and saw an opportunity. You're the asshole. You're the asshole. It was up to your Sil to deal with her son. You keep your big mouth out of it. Plus, you don't even know what precipitated this, as you weren't there. You were late. It was your Mil's dinner to serve, so she should have said something about "this is daughter's food, please don't eat it." It was Sil's job to make sure her kid had manners enough to know not to eat someone else's food. Above all, it's Sil's responsibility to deal with her son. Keep out of it. Maybe get your kid checked out. Picky eaters don't vomit. She may have something medical going on. You're the asshole. Your Sil already dealt with it. You didn't snap at him, you used it as an excuse to insult Sil's parenting. You sound exhausting. You're the asshole. You're the asshole. You took out your frustration in dealing with your daughter's difficult day on a 15-year-old. What did you want his mother to do at that point? Make him throw it up? Your words were attacking to your nephew and insulting to your sil. You owe both an apology. You're the asshole. I understand your reaction though. It sounds like you genuinely try to make things easier for your daughter despite how difficult it is. I commend you for that. But, the 15-year-old was scolded by his mother. It truly wasn't your place to jump in because you thought his mother didn't do a good enough job. It sounds more like you took out your frustration and anger from the whole day on him. You're the asshole. You were already having a bad day because of your daughter. Your sil is responsible for disciplining her son, not you. You said awful things to him. Your daughter's behavior has everyone dancing around her, and you have the nerve to criticize how your nephew was raised. Honestly, it would take a very good apology to make me ever have dinner with you again if I were your sil, or nephew. You're a huge asshole. Telling him his parents never taught him to shut his mouth is wow. You're the asshole. You flew off the handles before giving your nephew any chance to say anything. There's no indication that he's done this before. Also, fat-shaming him isn't cool. You're the asshole. Stop coddling your daughter before you create a monster. You had no right to speak to your nephew that way. Get professional help. You're the asshole. Understand why you are upset, but your daughter's issues are yours and hers, not his. You're the asshole. I'd never attend another family dinner until you apologized to him and me. You need to learn to control yourself. You're the asshole. Also, please get your daughter into therapy for her eating disorder habits if she's not already. It's not healthy. Sounds like she has underlying issues. Maybe you could benefit from anger management and etiquette classes. Some of y'all are acting like the 15-year is a whole grown-ass man. Let's remember he's still a kid. Geez. You're the asshole, and it sounds like your daughter has a serious unaddressed eating disorder that you're enabling. Is she in counseling? It's not normal to have panic attacks and vomit over being given food we don't like. You are the You're the asshole. You're the asshole. I don't think you influenced the situation in any way by yelling at him. Made you feel a sense of control over the situation? Or a sense of doing something in some way? You're the asshole for how you spoke to a child and for not getting your daughter the help she clearly needs. You're the asshole. It would have been easy to handle the situation in a way that didn't involve you verbally berating a 15-year-old in a way that honestly sounds like possible fat phobia and your sil and brother's parenting. Be a damn adult. You're the asshole. Grow up. My wife has similar issues with food, and did while growing up. Everyone thought she was weird and just a picky eater. As an adult, she was diagnosed with autism, finally explaining her issues with food. Please have your daughter evaluated. It would have changed my wife's life for the better had she been diagnosed as a child. You're the asshole. I understand feeling frustrated at the situation. But your sil was trying to deal with it, and your comment was more a burn to your sil than your nephew and seems really uncalled for. Also, have you had your daughter checked out? Definitely sounds more like a medical issue than picky eating. You're the asshole. Why were you shaming your sil and giving her dirty looks when you said she had already scolded her son for eating the food when she found out? Did you think you were accomplishing something? You're the asshole. You didn't just scold him. You took the opportunity to bash your sil and Bill's parenting of him while scolding him. If your daughter has panic attacks and throws up if she doesn't have the right food, maybe family dinners aren't the best activity? How about game night or movie night instead? Edit Hill. I'm willing to die on. Why do all family events have to be food related? As someone with a ton of food issues, I'd love to have quality time with my family for non-food events, but so much socializing is centered on food. Why can't we be inclusive and switch up activities?